Hello, in this video, I'll be talking about processing feelings through a script to shift a negative feeling to the positive opposite feeling. Now, feelings, if stored in the physiological being and body, can create a dysresonance, affecting healthy functioning of our physiological body and healthy interactions with the world around us and our relationships. Feelings can be even associated with different ailments in the body. Different areas of the body will store different things and feelings, past traumas, past karmas. Start to think of a physiological dis-ease. And I want you to explore what is happening in the physiological body with that dis-ease. I will now give you a few examples. Now, a prevalent dis-ease in our current time is cancer. All of us have experienced the devastation and the loss of this disease with loved ones or loved ones of our friends, coworkers. What is physiologically happening with the disease of cancer? Cells are attacking each other. Self-attack, blame, not feeling good enough. These are some of the feelings that are common with the manifestation and the disease of cancer. Heart disease. This is another prevalent disease in our time. Start to think of some of the things that are happening physiologically in a patient that has heart disease. Now, it could be a multitude of different feelings, but most often it could be related to giving and receiving and feeling worthy of love. Even different areas of the body, the different vertebrae, different energy points, all have a certain feeling or emotion or energy that is related to this area of the body, this organ, joint, vertebrae. Now, there's many masters that have come before us that have offered us this information. And through my own life experience and working as a Reiki master healer and doing self-treatments and reflecting on my own life and physical body, I have found that this work from past masters to be very reliable. Now let's start to get into the theme of this video. We'll dive more into how energy is stored in the body and certain things and feelings that can get stuck and cause certain diseases. But I just wanted to give you a few examples of things. Here's one more. What is the purpose and movement of the knee joint? The knee joint is the joint that has to move to put the next foot forward. So usually if someone is experiencing chronic knee problems or issues, it could have to do with fear of moving one foot forward into the future. It could be feeling stuck and scared. Now in level 1, we talked about the different sides of the body and the chakras. So we use those things as well as healers like a map. We're like investigators trying to explore what the root cause is of the suffering and the disconnection within our clients, within ourselves, and our collective. Now I want you to sit for a minute and start to plug into your subconscious thinking pattern. One of the first steps in healing is becoming aware, the witness, observing all that arises. Try not to judge it. Try not to run from it or hide from it, stuff it away. Really try to plug in. Have you thought of something? A repetitive negative feeling or theme running through the subconscious or conscious mind? Now, perhaps the greatest human tragedy is self-doubt, not knowing the capability of our true self. And many of us can have imprints that have programmed self-doubt into our spirit. Maybe from a past relationship where we felt not good enough. Maybe simple as trying out for a school play as a child and not getting the part we wanted. Feeling not good enough starts to set in. And it's not a good feeling. And it's not a healthy feeling to hold. What we need to do in our self-healing, and as we coach others towards their healing, is being able to have a feeling, but not store it within our being. Here's an example, driving. Let's say someone cuts you off and they didn't have a blinker on, and it almost causes an accident. How long are you going to be mad and stay in that state of shock? How do you respond? Do you honk your horn? Do you have a negative gesture towards that other driver? How long are you stressed out because of that experience? Now, the goal is to just hold the peace and keep enough space, of course, as you're driving, so someone who is in a rush can get right in front of you without creating those stressful, almost accidental moments. What if you could release all of that energy without having a negative reaction and impulse? What if all it took was a deep breath to let it completely go? How long are you going to let that energy stay with you? Now the energy becomes your responsibility. Think about it. How long are you going to do a disservice to yourself by holding on to these feelings and emotions that no longer serve you, your well-being, and your interactions and your goals and mission in this world? Now, this is a script that I'm going to introduce to you that comes from the book Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Karol Truman. This is a brilliant book that I encourage all Reiki practitioners to read, reread, and keep on hand as you work with your clients. This book will give ideas of feelings in the relationship to certain physiological diseases or areas of pain in the body. It'll offer the positive opposite feelings, and it offers this script, which I will share with you now. Now, this may seem time consuming, but how much time are you wasting holding on to a negative perspective or feeling for yourself? How much disservice are you doing to yourself holding on to something negative? Aren't you ready to let it go? Okay, so let's take the feeling of self-doubt and process it through this script. And this is just kind of an outline, but it's a good one. Spirit, please locate the origin of my feelings, thoughts of self-doubt. Take each and every level, layer, area, and aspect of my being to this origin. Analyze it and resolve it perfectly in God's truth. Come through all generations of time and eternity, healing every incident and its appendages based on this origin. Do it according to God's will until I'm at the present, filled with light and truth, God's peace and love, forgiveness of myself for my incorrect perceptions, forgiveness of every person, place, circumstance, and event which contributed to this feeling, thought. Now that's important. Forgiveness doesn't mean we have to let something completely go, but we release the energetic and emotional charge. With total forgiveness and unconditional love, I allow every physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual problem and inappropriate behavior based on the negative origin recorded in my DNA to transform. Now, what do you think the positive opposite of self-doubt would be? Confidence, love, self-love. So that's the new feeling that we want to start to bring into our being. Purposely thinking it, fake it till you make it. Just keep it positive. I choose being confident. I feel confident. I am confident. Now you can repeat that over and over and over again. And observe. Maybe it doesn't feel right in the body. Maybe you cringe or tighten up or tense up when you think and speak that mantra. But eventually it'll start to soften. Eventually that love and light will come in and start the healing process. Then you want to conclude, it is done, it is healed, it is accomplished now. Thank you, Spirit, for coming to my aid and helping me attain the full measure of my creation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you and praise God, from whom all blessings flow. This is such a beautiful script to start working with to process your emotions, your feelings, so we can shift the perspective and the energy and make it more positive. Now, if the word God is uncomfortable to you, the name God, replace it with something else. That's okay. Again, Feelings Buried Alive Never Die, written by Karol, K-A-R-O-L-T, Truman. I highly recommend the book, and this is where I reference the script. So you always want to use the positive opposite of the feeling that you have identified that is keeping you stuck and unhappy. I hope this is as helpful for you as it has been for me. See you in the next video.